everyone. Welcome to another episode of Speaking Our Truth. I'm Jolene.
And I'm Samantha.
This episode is Unlocking Inner Peace, the Power of Meditation and Its Beliefs. So we'll be tapping into what meditation is and how it's beneficial for you and a few methods that work for us. Okay, so essentially meditation is a practice that involves focusing the mind to achieve a mentally clear and emotional calm state. It's been used for centuries in various cultures and religions, particularly in Buddhism, Hinduism, and other Eastern traditions. Today, meditation is also widely practiced for health, relaxation, and personal growth. Okay, so it's basically about focusing your attention and eliminating all the thoughts that may come into your mind. So ideally, in a perfect scenario, you should be able to shut everything off, but even if you don't manage to shut everything out, if you're an overthinker, as we discussed briefly in our last episode, it doesn't not work. It will still work and help you focus on what you're trying to focus on. Sorry, I'm speaking over my words now, but that's fine. But to set your intentions or to get to where you want to go, whatever you're hoping to achieve from meditating, you would just then simply, if you're someone who overthinks and the thoughts come into your mind, then you would just push them aside. Yeah, acknowledge them, push them aside, and carry on. And you don't need to go into deep meditation, and you can also do this as you're going into sleep, and it will still work. Just because I've had people tell me they fall asleep when they meditate, I'm like, that's okay. It means it's working. It's supposed to relax you to the point that you can just shut everything off. And ultimately, it will help you with whatever you're trying to accomplish with it, whether it's to work on your concentration or eliminate or improve anxiety. That makes sense. But the goal is ultimately the same, and you will get emotional balance and mental clarity, even if it's not after one session. Keep doing it and it will work. Anything you want to add to that before we...
Just also to add in that, the practical sensibilities, meditation also greatly reduces your blood pressure, increases your dopamine, your serotonin, all those good brain chemicals that we need on a daily basis. So doing the meditation also has those physical improvements as well as your mental, your spiritual. So it kind of combines everything nicely together if you continue to build with it. So that would be the other part that I'd want to add in there for what meditation can do.
Yes, it can. To summarize, it can reduce your stress and anxiety, improves focus and concentration, it promotes emotional health, self-awareness, it helps you sleep better. It also has physical health benefits, as you've touched on. I like to use, my personal favorite is meditation with binaural beats, because I like that you can feel it working, because I suffer from a chronic illness and often have pain or headaches, and that's what helps for me. As those of you who know me already are aware, I'm a Reiki master and practice healing, so I have healing clients that I work with on a regular basis, and I also do my own healing. But sometimes it gets so bad that I cannot function. I cannot do anything or even get to just setting a simple intention for Reiki or quantum healing or any basic form of healing. And then I will meditate. I will look for a meditation that helps to improve my mental and emotional and physical well-being, and that will give me the kickstart I need to be able to get on with my day. So and the binaural beats for me seem to work exceptionally well. And I am one of those people who cannot just shut everything out and switch off. I get distracted by every little thing. So it still works. What's your favorite kind, Samantha?
I actually love sound frequencies as well, which is pretty close to binaural beats. I just like the different ones to kind of go through the whole body and clear the chakras. Usually while I'm sleeping, that's my favorite way to meditate, honestly, is when I go to sleep, I set the intention, okay, clear everything, we got this, and wake up in the morning and feel a lot better, usually for most of my sleep, because I am someone who I'm a night shift worker, so my sleep schedule is all over the place. So I kind of love-hate relationship with sleep, and the sleeping meditations with the sound frequencies have helped so much with getting better quality of sleep, even if it's only for 4 hours. At least I'm getting more refreshing out of it. So those are my favorite.
Yes, I don't work night shifts exactly, but I've never been much of a morning person. I seem to function better at night, so I don't go to sleep before midnight, 1, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning anyway. Fortunately, I work for myself, so I can sleep in if I need to. But it's very difficult because every time you follow somebody's example or tutorial on when you should meditate or when you should do this, they always say, no, early mornings are best for this, and you need to go to sleep early. And I'm like, okay, but how does this work for people like me who are night owls and people like you, Samantha,
Yeah.
who work night shifts? I mean, it totally throws the narrative out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. And okay, so if you're new to meditation, the best way to get into it is to follow guided meditation. So you'll find yourself, YouTube has tons of them, or if you like a particular meditation teacher or something, or a, what's the word I'm looking for?
AI?
Yeah, I guess you could go with AI, but yeah, they're getting a bit more on the ball lately, so they're improving. But I mean to say that there are people who do recordings who you maybe want to support instead of just going with the free stuff, because the free stuff will be full of, especially if you're going into a longer meditation, you're going to be bombarded with ads. I used to, when I started out on my journey of doing readings and full-time helping other people, I came across the whole twin flame thing and imagined myself to be on the twin flame journey, which I guess I was for a little while, but it was before I learned that not everybody needs to be with their twin flame. But I used to have a class, should I say, not a class, but like a meditation group that we'd get together. And obviously, we're all in different parts of the world. So I would find a meditation geared towards twin flames and attracting your twin flame. And we would do this at the same time. So I would plan it. See, also throw the whole narrative out the window. So I'd try and set my clock to whenever America was awake. And then I'd probably have to wake up at like 4:30 or something to do this. The things we do when we're starting out. But I know, like, I would listen afterwards how everybody would say, oh, it was fine until this advert popped up in the middle of the meditation or something. And yeah, depending on where you are in the world, it might not show up in mine, but if you're somewhere else, you'll hear more or louder adverts that would interrupt you. So if you're going to go with longer meditations, it's probably best to subscribe to somebody if you don't want to be interrupted. But starting out, there are a number of shorter ones that are like 10 minutes or so that don't necessarily have adverts. There are a number that don't have, but you'd have to go looking for them. But yeah, guided meditation is pretty much the way that it will go. You find somebody with a voice that you find calming, and they will take you through the process, which helps a lot to keep the distractions out of your mind. And preferably, if you have noise cancelling headphones, that would also be a big help. I see there's quite a number of, I know a bit about basic meditation, so not all well, I say it's basic when it's like straightforward, just go and get a guided meditation, but there's a whole bunch of different types that I discovered when I was researching this, things like loving kindness meditation, which apparently focuses on developing feelings of love and kindness and compassion for yourself and others. It seems to go in line with affirmations.
Okay.
So it works with affirmations. And then there's also transcendental meditation, which is also about Okay, so this is not guided. So this would involve you repeating a mantra or affirmation 15 to 20, or the mantra would be 15 to 20 minutes twice a day. Okay, that's not something I personally tried before, but I mean, that's an option if that's something you're into. I would imagine you would need to be pretty focused to manage that because that's not guided.
Right.
So the goal with that is to transcend ordinary thoughts and enter a state of restful alertness, which can bring about relaxation and clarity. Then there's also Zen meditation, which is a seated meditation that focuses on observing the breath and becoming aware of your thoughts as they arise. This is often incorporated in guided meditations anyway. They don't necessarily call it that, but most meditation guides or teachers will tell you to focus on your breath as you're bringing yourself to a calm state.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the chakra meditation that you mentioned, which is focusing on the 7 energy points in your body. You can also, as with any form of energy healing, you're really just teaching your body or resetting your body to be able to heal itself. So meditation can help with that too. You would just then, yeah, if you're somebody that can pick up things pretty easily or learn pretty quickly, you wouldn't necessarily need to go to a practitioner if meditation is your thing. That should help you keep you balanced without having somebody necessarily do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking myself out of a job here, but it's fine. If you can do it yourself, I always promote that if some things are better if you just do it yourself than if you have then having somebody to do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
I personally feel some things work better like that, but yes, a lot of us need guides and assistance to get that, and that's when people like us come in
I
to the
agree.
picture.
I agree with that. The self is the most powerful kind of form, but you know, we all need help sometimes, and I think it's always nice to be able to go to an expert and have someone kind of come in and give you a little boost, you know.
Give you a boost, yes, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I agree. Then there's also movement-based meditation, which are things like yoga, tai chi, and I don't know what Olgong is. Qigong. Qigong. That's the word. Qigong. I don't know that word. Okay. So, but yeah, we all know have an idea what yoga is. And yoga is in essence just meditation combined with postures. But yeah, as my chiropractor also keeps telling me, remember to breathe. When you're doing those stretches and those yoga poses, breathe, because yeah, that makes a world of difference. But yes, the breath work is also all part of meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, okay, those if you're someone who finds it difficult to sit still for long periods of time, then that would be beneficial for you because you're constantly moving in most yoga poses anyway. You're moving around and stretching and remembering to breathe and all of and so that would be better for you if you're an agitated person who constantly needs to move. Okay, so overall, meditation is pretty much it's a powerful practice that offers a wide range of benefits for your mind and body. It reduces stress, it improves focus, and promotes emotional health and contributes to physical well-being. So yeah, it's an important part of self-care. And okay, there are multiple types of meditation. Like I would just say anything that helps to keep your mind focused. Like there's some things that are not traditionally meditating. But if you're somebody who likes to sing or or just focus on as simple as like when you get in the shower and you focus on the negative energy washing down your body and down the drain, it's a form of meditation. Prayer is a form of meditation. Is there anything? I see you wanted to say something.
No, I was gonna say I actually read an article about humming is
Yes.
actually because it lowers your blood pressure. You know, it does all of that stuff. So even just humming for, I believe it said a period of like 5 to 10 minutes. So, I mean, it does take a little bit of time, but that's super simple.
Yes.
And you don't even have to really focus on it. So that's another great one, especially if you can't do the, or you're struggling to get into that meditative state. I think that one's a great one, and I'm going to try that one.
Yes. Yeah. But so, yes, I think people get caught up in thinking because most of the time you hear about going into deep meditation, and there's a way to go into deep meditation, and people think, well, if I can't do that, then I can't meditate. It doesn't work for me. But there's so many different shapes and forms. So whatever is working for you to keep you calm and focused and directed is more than likely a form of meditation.
Mm-hmm.
If it's helping you to streamline your thoughts, because that's what you're trying to accomplish at the end of the day. You're trying to find a place of peace and relaxation and overall well-being. So whatever achieves that for you and gets you into that quiet space to achieve that is a form of meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you're unsure, then you can always ask whoever's recommended meditating to you if there are if there are alternatives to deep meditation, or if they can suggest something for you that's more like, if you've gone for a reading and the reader has said you need to meditate more, then ask her or him, give me examples of what I can do, what would work for me. A good reader would be able to give you examples of what is better suited to yourself. Would you agree with me, Samantha? A good reader should be able to.
I was going to say, I can't always, me as a reader, I can't always pinpoint it perfectly, but sometimes I'll at least get a general direction for someone for which way they should kind of try first. I may not be able to tell you the exact thing that's going to work for you, but I can at least give you a general area to go look at first.
Yes, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I mean. Also in terms of what things interest you, of what interests you. They're not necessarily, I know some people come and say, like, what job should I do? And I'm like, I'll give you examples of what I feel your energy is more based to, but like if you're into communication, it can be, there's multiple different types of, so that's what we'll get. We'll basically get you'll be able to get a feel of whether or not there's somebody that's a creative, or somebody I mean, you're definitely going to feel when you read for somebody if they're anxious a lot. So you'll pick up those things. So yes, a general guide in the direction of where it's going, without necessarily saying, okay, you need to take up singing.
Exactly.
When you don't like the sound of your own voice, that's just not going to work. So, but yes, yeah, no, that's what I mean. A good reader will be able to give you a general guide to what will work for you. But the bottom line is there isn't only one form of meditation. So there's a way for everybody to be able to meditate. I don't personally believe that there is any one person who cannot meditate in some shape or form. So if I can do it, when my mind is usually never keeps quiet, it's like always going a mile a minute. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. So
same here.
there you have it. Yeah. So there we go. I guess it's no surprise though. We attract the same sort. I don't know too many people who are not neurodivergent. That was the word I brought up the last time. Everybody is neurodivergent in some shape or form. It actually gave me a little clip that it's meditation for neurodivergence. So I thought that was pretty cute.
That's cool.
But yeah, so there we go. So meditation is an important part of self-care, and there is a type of meditation for everyone. So if you're not sure, then reach out to an expert and they will be able to guide you accordingly. So do you have anything else to add?
I mean, the other cool thing about meditation too is, you can switch it up for what you're trying to work on specifically as well. So because there's so many different forms, there's so many different creators, and there's infinite possibilities to do with meditation. So, just a fun reminder, with that self-care piece, if you're working on, making better choices for yourself or quitting a habit or whatever, you can use meditation along with your other stuff that you're using. So it's a great little, I see it as a booster effect sometimes too for the human
Absolutely,
brain.
yes.
To really get us into, okay, I got over my hump of feeling really anxious about this decision, and now I'm calm about it. Well, I can make my choice from a place of calm versus a place of fear. So I think, meditation is a great thing to use. And we shouldn't forget that we can use it for tons of different things.
Yes. It works alongside everything. I'm not saying unless you're a meditation master, you don't necessarily replace everything else with meditation, but it works well in conjunction with other things alongside. Mm-hmm. And helps you to get to a calmer place to be able to do all the other things that you need to do. You can also use meditation, I believe, to help you manifest, to help you, and also to, we didn't cover all of it. Also to bring about your gifts, your inherent gifts. Everybody has a gift, and it will help you to focus and identify your gifts. Also just wanted to add, though, you could use meditation to communicate with your higher self or with your spirit guide, or even, we touched briefly on twin flames earlier, but not only with twin flames, you could even use it to meet with somebody else in, is it the ethereal plane? Is that the correct word? I know there's a couple of different planes.
They're 5D.
What's the right word? Yes.
What else do you call that? There's a word for it, and I can't think of it now.
I think the ethereal plane might be the correct one, but you can meet with a person without physically meeting with them in order to have a conversation that you cannot physically have with them, either if you're in no communication, or, you could even use it, I learned with the twin flames, to speak with your twin flame if you haven't even met them yet. Or with your soulmate, you could meet with them. If you're both looking for each other, you would be able to do that. So, but that's more higher level meditation, I guess. But there are some guided meditations that can help you with that type of thing. Yeah, it can get very intense, I would imagine. But yes, then you would best be working with a meditation master in that instance. But yes, there's a multitude of different things that you can accomplish for that. So I think we're done now. So is there you have nothing more to add before we close off?
Yeah, just to add on that, everyone is a different human. We're all our own humans. You're gonna have to kind of find what works for you. Maybe and it may rotate, it may change often. So what works for you this month may not work in 3 months. You may need to switch it up and try something different too. So try not to get too stuck to one thing. Be sure to keep exploring and find other tools along the way. I'm still looking myself. I think meditation is a very cool tool to use, and I like how diverse it is. So, don't sell yourself short. There's tons there to explore. This is just the tip of a very large iceberg.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it could get very much complex. I'm sure there's a lot that even we can still learn. Not a meditation master by any means, but we've learned the basics, and we can share that knowledge at least. So, okay, so thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this episode and that you will join us again on our next episode. We haven't decided yet what we will be discussing, but it can be a surprise when we meet again. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.